March 25. So you have the nerdy side, you have you know, the street side, I want to say. Again, I'm not the most street dude, but, you know, I've been around some street guys. And I've been in, the hood, you could say. Um, I grew up in the hood of New Orleans, um, especially when I was younger. Like as we got older and my parents began doing better, we moved out of those areas. Um, but I think there are other sides to me, like maybe the jock side, like um, I pay a lot of attention to basketball. Like I love basketball. I like what LeBron's doing. Kyrie Irving is my favorite player currently. I see the issues he's having with. I see the issue that the Dallas Mavericks are having. You know what I mean? But number one box office guy, in my opinion, Kyrie Irving. I'm a huge UFC guy. I agree with what Joe Rogan says when he points out, how athletes in sports outside of the UFC will, play against one another. And, one guy could say, yeah, you dunked on me, but I can still, beat you up. You know what I mean? But with the UFC or with MMA, like you go right to the fighting, Like you're preparing for a fight, like you're training for a fight with this guy. You know what I mean? You're studying his or her movements, you know what I mean? Or tendencies. And I grew up as a huge football guy, a huge, I watched Michael Jordan when he played, you know what I mean? Saw him win all 6 championships. But today, and I think it will eventually get to a point where maybe not. It's good to have diversity in sport, but I think maybe one day the UFC will be the number one sport. It's like, how can it not be? You know what I mean? And there's a part of me that's into the WWE. Like I'm currently like really, really into this Roman Reigns bloodline storyline. You know what I mean? It's one of the most compelling storylines I've seen, You got Bret Hart in 97, Triple H in 03, and now today you have Roman Reigns. And I really liked the Brock Lesnar John Cena collision, the Suplex City situation, between them two. I'm not gonna spoil the matches, but those matches were box office for real. Like it had like a Mike Tyson fight feel to those 2 matches. Really thoroughly enjoyed those. But yeah, man, I enjoy playing sports. I enjoy boxing, swimming, basketball, football, soccer. I don't go as hard as I don't go as hard in like soccer or golf or maybe baseball as I do in the sports that I mentioned beforehand, like the basketball and the football. Um, but yeah, man, there are many, many sides to me. Um, you know, I'll read fantasy books, watch Dragon Ball Z, and play Final Fantasy. Roll a blunt with you. Roll a solid blunt. You know, I'm vegan now, but man, I would love to go to the chicken spot. Um, in like the super loud car. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. Like I think the way I dress is very street. It's like it's in my DNA. You know what I mean? The way I move, like my movement patterns. You know, it's like it's there. That's not anything I'm bragging on. While truly knowing how to box, I can shoot a basketball. I know how to swim. I follow sports. You know what I mean? I can throw a football. Um, you know, know a little bit of jujitsu. You know what I mean? I can box and wrestle good enough to defend myself. I'll say that. You know. Um, but yeah, man. Many sides. Many sides. Many sides. Peace.